I want to show you here some very simple file folders that I've made. Now, you don't have to be an artist or anything for this. It doesn't even include art and drawing. Can you believe it? Here, I'll show you a few that I've made. As you can see, it's a nice big poster page. And then on top of that, I've written words. I've added stickers. And that's all it takes. Here's what you'll need. Now, these nice poster pictures, I've gotten some old magazines. They can be used, they can be unused. For example, some of these princess ones or Pooh ones or Tic Tac, anything that you have. Somebody gave these to me. So I went through them and I picked out some fun pages or some full pages. For example, if you go to the middle page, you'll usually find a beautiful poster. And so I've taken all the middle pages out, including some other pages that went together that I thought would be appropriate or that my child would enjoy. And all I did was tape them together. So you'll need some tape. And then, so that's the first thing you'll want to do, is go through your magazines, or even if you have children's posters that you're not using anymore, even calendar pictures will do. For example, here's one of Nemo, I guess. And see, this was not a middle page, so I would just tape it together. And then you'll need a folder like this. You can find these usually by hundreds or 50s or maybe 10s or 20s, however many you think you'll need. And then after you've put your poster together, you'll want to put it in the folder. Here's the simplest way that I found, and the way that works really good for me. I've gotten some double-sided tape, either thick one, or you can also use thin one like this. And this is how I put my little game together. I just put one strip, so you can see, I put one strip of double tape here, and then I glued my poster on top. Now, if you want it extra strong and sturdy, you can plastify it, but I didn't. So for that, you'll need some contact paper. And then I used, just so that you don't see the other side, because it was a little messy and already colored and all that, so I just stuck or glued a piece of color paper in the back. Now on this side I didn't, and I left it as it was because we're not going to be turning this side. But this one, as you open the folder, you'll usually see it. So you just like this. Now the reason I didn't tape this side as well is because otherwise when I would fold it, it would really crunch up and bubble up, so I wanted it smooth. And here, as you'll see, there's a little Ziploc bag. I found in a little plastic store, Ziploc bags, very cheap, for $100, so I bought that. That was the perfect size for me. And so I keep all the little pieces of the game board inside here. Here's some other ones that I've done. It's called At the Fair. And then I put a little color paper over here. I tape it on top and I give it a name, At the Fair. And here I use little foam pieces. This one was okay, so I left it as is. And then I added on top little stickers. And I wrote little sentences. Would you like these? And it's the little people talking, and my little boy has to add the punctuation marks. And then for these blanks, he has to add in the special sounds. For example, this is Daisy. He's learning all his phonograms and blends, so he would know that the special sound would be A, so he would add a little foam piece that says A. See? So the little sounds, I made little leaf shapes, and the punctuation marks are little flowers. So that's one. Friendly greetings. My children are learning to greet and to say hello and to be friendly, so I thought I'd make a little game out of this one. There's two little characters. And here I added stickers and wrote down some sentences. Hi. And then the other child, this is like a two-person game. Hello. And so what they have to do is add their the right sentence on top of their stickers. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you too. So he has to respond. And then we switch places. How are you? I am fine, thank you. Do you want to be my friend? I would love to be your friend. So this teaches them what to say, what to answer, and what to ask if you want to start a conversation and make little friends. And here, this is a very simple one for my little girl. These are foam papers. You can also use color papers. And I just wrote very simple sentences. I like to, and then a little verb. So she's learning her vocabulary words, I like to. Then I help her with this one till she knows it, till she gets the hang of it. This one had a pretty princess picture, so I left it on. And here was a middle page of Tinkerbell. And it's a great one, perfect one for little girls. And all these little fairies are doing something different. So for this one, it said, I like to stand, I like to sit, I like to relax or rest, I like to fly, I like to jump. So she's learning all those vocabulary words with her little poster page. And we used up our magazine. Crazy driving, this was a perfect one for my little boy. I found a little poster with a car and a little road. I don't know really what you were supposed to do. I added little foam pieces of red, yellow, and green. And I added little stickers that says wrong, incomplete, and correct. And then I cut out little shapes of cars with all the days of the week. And for example, Sunday. Now that's incomplete because it's missing something. So if it's missing something, he would put that car over here on incomplete. If it's the correct Sunday, he would put it here. If it's written wrong, spelt wrong, he would put it here. So that teaches him how to spell the days of the week the right way. And it was a fun little game, including cars. So anyway, those are just a few of my little file folder games, and something very simple that you can make with your magazine pictures. Hope you have fun. Bye.